Welcome back to computer science. This is week 8, the beginning of week 8 here. So what did we learn about yesterday? Yesterday we learned about we were learning about for loops, I believe. Is it also about data types? I don't think so. Data types. So common data types, there's 4. Set types, mapping types, sequence types, and numeric types. We're not going to go through those. All of them, no, fine, we'll do it. Set types, sets, mapping types, dictionary, sequence types, string, tuple, list, and numerical types, floats and ints. And then set type, mapping type, and sequence types are all containers, okay? For loops, they iterate through each element of a container, assigning an element one at a time to the loop variable, then it runs through, then it reassigns the next element to the loop variable, and then it runs through. You can go through you can iterate through the list backwards using the reversed function to reverse the list of an ordered container. Dictionary technically isn't ordered, right? But it is iterated through based on the order in which the pairs, or key value pairs were integrated into the dictionary, and it only iterates through the key. It iterates through the key, that is. So I think that's basically everything. Looks good to me, so let's go ahead and jump back into the textbook. I'm going to continue learning, and then I'll be back to recall what I learned a little bit. All right, guys, I finished lecture 14, so I finished that unit on for loops. Now we're to lecture 15, which is on counting using the range function, while versus for loops, and nested loops. So this first unit is on counting with the range function. So the range function allows for looping and allows for counting with for loops. The range function can take up to 3 integer arguments, but it only needs 1. So if it only has 1, the range function will return all the non-negative sequence of integers that are less than the say y. So if it says range y, it will return a sequence of, or generate a sequence of integers, all the non-negative integers that are less than y. If you have 2 integer arguments, x and y, it will return all values that are, or all integer values that are greater than or equal to x and less than y. If there's 3 integer arguments, so x, y, z, then and z is positive, then it will return all integers between, or all integers greater than or equal to x and less than y, incrementing by z. And if there's 3 integer arguments and z is negative, well, then it will generate a sequence of integers that are less than or equal to x, greater than y, incrementing by z. So, okay, that's everything so far from this range unit. I'll be back later today to continue into lecture 15, so talk to you later. today. See ya. Ooh. Right. We're back from computer science. Well, what did we do earlier? We started lecture 15. Data types. No. Range. Range function? Yeah, range function. Okay. Counting with for loops, the three potential integer inputs. That's all I'm going to recall for now because we're going to recall tomorrow anyway. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into I saw that I got my email back from my professor about the test, so I'm going to check that before jumping into iBooks and my textbook, so I'll be back in a bit. All right, so unfortunately I still could not access my quiz grade, so I emailed him back. We learned some more about range. So the range function produces a range type, which is a sequence type data, it's an arithmetic sequence, I would say. Is that what you call it? Arithmetic sequence. It's immutable. It's typically in general only used in for loops. I think that's basically everything. I was pretty happy. I had to do this little practice problem where I had to change the range to increment by 3 instead of 1, and then change how the savings and change, and there was interest, and so it wasn't as simple as just timesing the adding up times 3 in the equation. It was actually compound interest. So I'm pretty happy that I was able to pull out this from basically just first principles in my own memory pretty quickly. P times 1 plus rate over n, which is the amount of compounds per year to the power of nt. So that was pretty cool that I was able to pull that out from pre-algebra last semester. Or not pre-algebra, pre-calculus. It's a nice thing to be able to pull from first principles. So produces a range type object. Range type is a sequence type. Immutable, good. Arithmetic progression, not sequence, arithmetic progression, okay. In general, range types are only used as part of for loops. All right, so yeah, we will finish up the range function for sure tomorrow, and then we'll be into while versus for loops, which looks pretty short, and the nested loops, which looks a little longer, but that's it for today. I've got class tomorrow, so talk to you then. See ya.